So when we had moved here, it was just me, my dad, and my sister. So it was just the Three Musketeers. We had our mother isn't in the picture, and so my dad was like, well, I think it would be a good idea to have like a female influence or a little role model. I didn't know too much about the program, but when he had brought it up, I'd also done a little bit of research for it, and it would be fun to have someone else to hang out with and be able to get outside answers for different questions, and having just different points of view in questions and all of that, or just someone to have fun with as well.
Yeah, and we would just, as a matter of fact, our first time that we went out, and did a match activity, we, I think we went to like Olive Garden,
yeah.
And then it was December. Actually, at that point, it was probably like a week before Christmas or something. And we went to this place called Crane's Roost and walked around and saw the Christmas lights and stuff. And I think it's safe to say that from like the minute I picked you up until the end of that time, which we were together probably 3 or 4 hours, I think we talked nonstop about everything. We never are at a loss of words. Yeah. And it's just really nice because she talks to me about a lot of things that are going on in her life. And I've got 2 kids that are, a couple years older than her, so I've kind of been through this stuff, before. So it just works out really well for us.
My name is David Bowden. I am Camiryn Bowden's father, and I got Camiryn into the Big Brothers Big Sisters program just a little over 3.5 years ago. And I'm a single dad. I have 2 daughters at home, and I wanted to have a female influence for them. I know that I'm able to raise them, I'm able to feed them, clothe them, but that they needed that female interaction as well. And I know that they could get that through the Big Brothers Big Sisters program.
So my expectations going in were more on just having like a mentor, someone that would help me along with like homework, or just making sure that you're on the right path in life and just keeping you in check mostly. But I think I feel like out of it, I got more of like a best friend. We're like 2 peas in a pod. We're always hanging out together, always talking, and like we said, we've always, it's been easy to talk to her, and so it's not just a mentor. Like, you get the benefits of having someone to talk to, someone to lead you in the right directions, or give you ideas, or help you with different issues that you're having in your life. But then you also have someone that you can hang out with, that you can talk to, and that you can just do fun things with, and just be able to interact with somebody else that's there for you, that you have someone that's backing you up, and it's nice to have.
And we really just, we kind of a lot of times are on the no plan. So
yeah, we barely plan.
Her dad knows that when we take off, especially if it's like a weekend or something, he's probably not going to see her until 10 o'clock that night. And he's always like, what do you guys do for 12 hours, 15 hours together? We're like, we just hang and kind of go from one thing to the next.
We're just bouncing around everywhere. There was one point we went to downtown Disney.
Oh, yeah.
And we were at downtown Disney for like 9 hours. We're just walking.
Shopping. We went to a movie. We had to eat a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, it's 9 hours. You gotta have some food. You gotta chill out. And then after that, it's probably like 10 o'clock at this point. It's pitch black outside. And then she's like, we should go see a movie. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you gotta call your dad first. So I call him. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, hey, we're gonna be out for like another hour and a half, 2 hours.
One of the things that parents have to do, obviously, you vet the person that's coming to take your child. You guys have done background checks. The Big Brothers Big Sisters has done background checks. They've checked out this individual. But obviously a parent is gonna vet that person who's taking their child away. And I've sat down with DeAnne and we've had long conversations, and it should be comfortable with your child's match. You should be comfortable having conversations, what your expectations are, and just where you want this match to go. I was comfortable with DeAnne being able to take Camiryn out. She's taken Camiryn out, and you know, time has just extended. Each time that they've gone out, it just gets a little bit longer. But I know that DeAnne's a responsible person. I know that she cares for Camiryn deeply, and I am comfortable with Camiryn being out with her for long periods of time. DeAnne has always been wonderful in maintaining contact while they're out, letting me know where they are. If they're going to be 5 minutes late, DeAnne's on the phone calling and letting me know, we're going to be 5 minutes late, we're going to be 10 minutes late. That's the kind of trust that you need. That's the bond that a parent and the big get together, because you make sure that, you know, it's all for the benefit of the child. So we're making sure that the child is safe, and that's great.
So it was Hurricane Matthew, which it wasn't too bad, but it was still enough that our dad had to go and he had to go and do the story on the hurricane, like report on it periodically while it was going on, to just keep people informed. And so DeAnne, the Piper and I were going to be at the house by ourselves, and so DeAnne like stepped up and she was like, "No, you guys can just come over. You can stay at my place. We can all chill out there." And she even offered to let us keep the dog there as well. She was like, "No, bring Bella too." And we were like,
"Do you remember how Bella came about?" It was an afterthought.
We were like, "Oh crap."
Yeah,
what are we gonna do with
you guys came over, and then we're like, it was, you know, we're watching, you know, like, okay, so when is this thing gonna hit or whatever, and then we're like, we can't leave Bella. So, you know, before it hits, we're racing to get to the house. Get Bella, get back, you know.
We were like, the cat will be fine. He can stay, because the cat he'll sleep through the whole thing. But our dog is insane, and she was what?
She
like
was still
4 years old, but she's still a puppy.
She was still puppy-ish,
She's a puppy, and she's like 8. And so she just freaks out over everything. So DeAnne was like, "No, we got to go get the dog." And we were like, "Oh crap, okay." So we race over, grab the dog, and then we're all chilling during the hurricane with her two boys, and she had some more of their friends over, so it was just a full house, and we're all just hanging out.
It was a full house.
Yeah, it was definitely there was a lot of us.
As I said, I'm a reporter, and so unfortunately, it is my job to be out in the middle of hurricanes and things like that. When bad weather or bad situations are occurring, I'm in the middle of it. And so when Hurricane Matthew was coming through Florida, it was all hands on deck at the television station, and I got called out. And we're here in Orlando kind of by ourselves. I had no one to turn to. And so DeAnne opened up her home for the girls to be there while I was away. And then, you know, later on in the evening when I finally made it home, I was able to go back and pick them up and everything. But it was just so generous, just so nice of her to open up her home, her family, her everything, to make sure that the girls were safe. And that's the kind of relationship that they have. They are so close that DeAnne obviously wouldn't want them to spend time alone. So she made sure that she even took my dog. She even took the dog to watch for. Now, I could have had babysitters. I could have had someone there at the house to take care of the kids. But it was just wonderful that DeAnne stepped up to take that role and take that spot.
Well, I mean, for me, our match has just been such a blessing. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed, you know, Camiryn was 14 when we first got matched, and just, you know, a little bit shy and a little reserved, and just watching her progress, you know, over the 4 years into the beautiful, confident, mature young woman she is today. I mean, that's been, you know, just priceless for me. And yeah, I'm just very thankful for the experience. And like I said, I feel like this organization, they really do put time into trying to match people appropriately by, you know, even your personality type and stuff. I remember them talking about that so much in the beginning. And that makes a big difference as to your success and how much you can, you know, do for each other and be there for each other and kind of get each other. That, you know, makes the whole experience, you know, a lot better. So.
And for me, like, not only did I gain like a role model, but I mean, I've gained a best friend, and love you too. Like, we always do everything together. It's like we're sisters. It's big brothers, big sisters. So I mean, that's the point. And I mean, like, we're family, and it's really nice.